try to be like everyone else, diba? When we go through puberty in high school and college, we try to be the same, or we try to be quote-unquote normal. But I think as you grow older, you will realize that it is much better to be different, to be weird, to be different, to embrace your uniqueness, to embrace your originality. For after all, in this dynamic world that is constantly changing, we must think outside the box, and we must be nimble on our feet and in our minds, because the world, as we know, is changing very, very rapidly in terms of geopolitics, in terms of business, in terms of technology. Allow me to greet all of my fellow stallions. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Of course, led by our president, Dr. Shirley Agrupis. Of course, I say fellow stallions dahil I took ilang weeks pa yan? Multiple weeks. Agri 101 course. And I'm glad to hear that we'll be doing a renewable energy 101 as well. Of course, I'd like to greet all of our those from the academe, from our dear MMSU family. Nandito rin po ang ating presidente ng Alumni Association, my friend Gwyneth Gidang, and of course her hobby, nakita ko yata dito, Councilor Miss Mark Gidang, and ang ating bukal, of course, Aladdin Santos, our Mayor Romel Labasan, our Vice Mayor Mayo Dumonglag, our dear Pinili Boys, magandang hapon po, good to see all of you, and our retired campus executive officer Dr. Narcitas Juano, our retired ASEC Ambassador Alejandrino Vicente, and our retired Director of the Senate, Hilarion Ramiro, and also our retired RD from DepEd, Ligaya Miguel, and our VP, Amy Coxon, and to all of our students and visitors here, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Unang-una, I'll be honest with you, nung pumunta po ako dito at naghanda ng konti, akala ko puro mga alumni ang kakausapin ko. Pagpasok ko, puro bagets. And so my speech has been thrown out the window. So I had to prep last minute. And of course, unang-una, I'd like to congratulate MMSU, kasi MMSU has always been a standout university, not only in the province, not only in the region, but also in the country and even internationally. But as President Shirley and I have worked together, we really see a lot more synergies in the future, and making sure that MMSU is truly one with our communities and with our provincial government and with the entire province. Kasi, after all, we, along with MMSU, will be judged by our impact on the local community. And that is first and foremost for us at PGIN. Alam niyo po, President Shirley said to me, just inspire them. But, with these success stories that you will be hearing shortly, siguro wala pa akong masabi masyado. The people you will listen to have done more, achieved more, experienced more, and they're surely wiser than me. I am nearly 34 years old. have been in the province for about 7 years. Yung mga iba, sinasabi GI, diba? Genuine Ilocano. Ako, I joke that I am FI, fake Ilocano. But of course, my blood is truly Ilocano, and however far I may have been born, I am truly proud, and I have fallen in love with Ilocos, and I know that, of course, so many of the greatest Ilocanos have come from MMSU, and I'm sure so many more will come from MMSU. And I think one thing that I'd like to emphasize to all of you is, at least me, when I grew up, many of us try to be like everyone else, diba? When we go through puberty in high school and college, we try to be the same, or we try to be quote-unquote normal. But I think as you grow older, you will realize that it is much better to be different, to be weird, to be different, to embrace your uniqueness, to embrace your originality. For after all, in this dynamic world that is constantly changing, we must think outside the box, and we must be nimble on our feet and in our minds, because the world, as we know, is changing very, very rapidly in terms of geopolitics, in terms of business, in terms of technology. These fields are truly, truly the new frontier. And of course, I am one with President Shirley in envisioning our KISS part for MMSU, because not only education, but also technology are the great equalizers for the future, and something that we here in Ilocos Norte should really take advantage of. We know also that there's a new era in terms of technology in Ilocos Norte. Siguro many of you have heard that Converge will be building a submarine cable landing in Pagudpud, from California to Pagudpud, believe it or not. And also, Meta, otherwise known as Facebook, and Amazon have also partnered for a submarine cable landing in Pagudpud. So many, many things here in the province are truly on the rise. And I believe that these next few years will be transformational for us. And all of you, of course, who are graduating and will soon face the real world, as we call it, I urge you to, of course, go out and find your own passion, find your own career, but ultimately, to come back home. Because Ilocos Norte, of course, needs our greatest Ilocanos. It is a shame that many of our Ilocanos move abroad, achieve so many things, yet don't come back home. So I urge all of you, if you can't work here in Ilocos Norte, please come back home. And I think that is the theme of today's event, wherein we're sharing success stories and we're sharing the greatness of the Ilocano here with our future generation. And of course, we've also worked with MMSU to strengthen the training that we feel is necessary for the future economy of Ilocos Norte, which of course will always go back to agriculture and tourism. And of course, we have our renewables as well. These are industries that are truly the powerhouses and drivers of the Ilocano economy. And I challenge you to also be a part of these industries, especially agriculture, because we know that Ilocos Norte is a star, so to speak, in Philippine agriculture. We are the #1 garlic producer, #1 native shallots producer, #2 in dragon fruit and mangoes, among others. But if we look at at the statistics, our agricultural statistics here in Ilocos Norte, our yield is very low, which means that we are not efficient. We have not leveled up in terms of our technology, in terms of our mechanization. So these are things that I think our new generation must take seriously and must see opportunity in agriculture and tourism and renewables. Of course, IT and renewables are truly rapidly growing industries that I think will only get bigger in the near future. So I'd like to encourage all of our students to, of course, explore, experiment, find your passion, but ultimately come home. And no matter how far you travel or how high you may reach, always come back to MMSU and always come back to Ilocos Norte to help your fellow Kakailian. And I am one with you. I congratulate you in advance on your looming graduation, and I hope that we can work together in the future. And I am given much inspiration and confidence also in seeing all of your beautiful, joyous, and energetic faces, and knowing all the greatness that you will achieve and everything you will contribute to our beloved province. Once again, maraming salamat sa aking mga fellow stallions. Thank you, MMSU. Agbiag, MMSU, Agbiag, Ilocos Norte. Just checking out.